But the ball is very much in Donald Trump's court, and I think he will be happy to pick that ball up and run with it because, of course, he put his credibility very much on the line by meeting Kim Jong-un in Singapore back in June without Kim Jong-un having given anything in return before that meeting. So there's certainly a will on the American side to believe Kim Jong-un's promises, though, as we heard in that report, he has said that sort of thing in the past and not lived up to it. The question is whether Washington will be prepared to accept a staged process, because Kim Jong-un is not going to give up all his nuclear weapons at once without something in return. Are the Americans willing to relax sanctions, for example? So far, they've said that North Korea has to do everything to scrap its nuclear weapons before the US will give anything back. Under negotiations, of course, things may be slightly different. Certainly, if they think that the will is there on Pyongyang's side and that they're really serious this time, then there'll be room for discussion. And the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, will be meeting his North Korean counterpart in New York next week, very much his first step in this process.
There are still skeptics, though, in the administration. Talk to us a little bit about who they are and Trump really wanting this to happen. So could he, excuse the pun here, but trump them all those skeptics and hawks, if he feels he wants this to go forward?
Well, in theory, he could. He's the president. But you're right. Most of those who work with him are very skeptical. Trump himself, to be fair, has said that with all this with North Korea, that at the end of the day, nothing might happen, and he's prepared for that possibility. But this would be a huge legacy achievement for Trump, and make no mistake, if he thinks it can be made to happen, he will. And of course, it's in the benefit of the United States overall for a peaceful North Korean peninsula, not least because they could eventually pull out the thousands of troops in that area. So yes, there are skeptics around Donald Trump giving him counsel, telling him to be cautious, and for the time being he's certainly listening to them. So as I say, I think they'll want to know the detail. This meeting with Mike Pompeo will be highly significant. What are the North Koreans prepared to do exactly and when, and what are they expecting in return, and how quickly do they want what that quid pro quo?